go ahead and call the State Allocation Board meeting to order. We are pursuant to SB 189. We're meeting on Zoom and also at 707 3rd Street in West Sac for anyone that would like to comment in person to have our meeting run efficiently. Oh, Michael, am I good?
People are still joining. I think you're okay.
I'm just going to do why don't we establish a quorum and then I'll do the preamble. Just give me the time. Do you mind, Ms. Jones? Sorry.
No, I do not mind. Okay, Senator Wilk.
Present.
Senator Leyva. Senator Laird. Assembly Member O'Donnell.
Present.
Assembly Member Mays. Assembly Member Bonta. Juan Morales.
Here.
Jeremy Smith.
Here.
Ana Lasso.
Here.
Gail Miller.
Here, we have a quorum. And Mr. O'Donnell, can I just confirm that the other Mr. O'Donnell on the line is one of your team members?
You know, there's me. I'm on my cell phone. I don't know.
Yeah. I just want to make sure we know who the second Mr. O'Donnell is. If you could unmute and just let us know.
Sorry, I'm on the wrong link. I'm hanging up.
No worries. Okay. So as I was saying, we're meeting by Zoom pursuant to SB 189. There's also an opportunity to provide public comment in person at 707 3rd Street in West Sac, the Zickernaut building. And please, for our meeting to run efficiently, you'll all be muted, all attendees, during while we're meeting. If you'd like to make a comment, please use the raised hand feature in the Zoom interface, and we'll call on you at the appropriate time, and OPSC staff will request to unmute you. If you're calling into the meeting and not using the Zoom interface and also not appearing in person, unfortunately, you will not be able to make public comments. There will be no closed session at today's meeting. And then this is really, really bittersweet because I may wait maybe until the end. Mr. O'Donnell, I'm really going to miss you. We're also sadly, this is our last meeting. We also want to recognize Senator Leyva and Mr. Mays. But I think if it's okay with you, I may wait until the end of the meeting, if that works for you, just to acknowledge all of your really, truly incredible work on behalf of students in California. I think you know that you have made such a huge difference, and without you, literally thousands and thousands of students would not be housed in classrooms and be able to learn in facilities that actually work. So it's truly no small feat, and I personally have learned a great deal from you and owe you a debt of gratitude. But if it's okay with you, if you'll wait until the end, I want to see if Senator Leyva joins too, so that we can recognize her as well. But we'll try and make everything else go quickly. If I could do it officially at the end and open it up for public comment. Is that okay? Thank you. I was hoping we had one more in December. So anyways. But so with that, I think we'll move to the minutes while we wait and see if we get our other members to join. The minutes from October 26, 2022. Any public comments? Seeing none, I will move approval. Is there a second, please?
Seconds.
Thank you, Senator. Ms. Jones, just confirming no public comment. Will you call the roll on the minutes, please?
Yes, I will. Senator Wilk.
Aye.
Assembly Member O'Donnell.
Aye.
Juan Morales.
Aye.
Jeremy Smith.
Aye.
Ana Lasso.
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye, the minutes are approved. Next, we will move to the executive officer statement, please, Ms. Silverman.
So we have a few items to cover today. And again, this is the last meeting of the year, and we'll have some sorrow, farewells today, and just want to acknowledge our departing members, and we'll say that later. But for the executive officer statement, we definitely wanted to highlight that the facility inspection tool is now available in an updated format, which is Microsoft Excel. I know the board did adopt this new format and all the updates and revisions at the April 27th, 22 board meeting. But we also wanted to be able to share with our stakeholders that we have a lot of additions to the Excel worksheets that's automatically insert roles that will actually include additional buildings and names, automatic calculation features also on the cleanliness category, which is a new detailed worksheet, automatic transfer of information on these detailed worksheets, and also the total rankings and summary page will also have some ratings as well, and actually have an automatic calculator that also carries over to the category ranking and overall school rating. So again, a lot of great features we've been hearing from our stakeholders, but we just wanted to move forward with the board adopting the form first and then add these enhancements later. So look forward to a web-based item in the future, so where districts can export the document and load it up via PDF. So again, more enhancements in this area. The second item we wanted to highlight is the regulatory amendments for direct apportionments. The board did adopt on emergency basis at the September SAB meeting, the emergency regulation approval, and the Office of Administrative Law did approve those regulations on November 7th, 2022. So it basically, whenever we have cash, the board can act on that cash via direct apportionments on that emergency basis that outside the priority of funding process. So again, we're happy that we'll be introducing some projects. The first, they'll be part of the consent agenda with this nearly $214 million for 70 projects. That'll be part of the consent agenda, and also the expedited priority funding apportionments, which is a separate action item. Nearly $110 million will also be part of the agenda as well. So getting moving on that cash, and so it's great news for the board and the programs. We also wanted to share with the board that as part of the agenda as well, the California Preschool Transitional Kindergarten and Full Day Kindergarten Facilities Grant Program, we did wrap up the last funding as provided in the agenda. And so in total, we will actually approve, the board will approve tonight the $225 million, or nearly $225 million for 70 projects. So that wraps up this last filing round that opened in April. And just for those folks that didn't get funding, again, we want to encourage those applications to submit an application sometime February 1st, but we'll be returning those applications that we did receive in that last funding round. So again, excited that we are turning the page and actually funding $225 million. So that's great news, and looking forward to more applications to come in at the February 1st file opening. We also wanted to share with the board that we actually have an upcoming webinar for the facility financial hardship, the California Preschool and Transitional Kindergarten and Full Day Kindergarten Grant Program. That webinar will start January 18th, 2023 from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And again, it will be a Zoom webinar. And it really is the walk through our potential grant applicants, the program overview, an overview of how you can be successful in the financial hardship program in order to receive additional points that would elevate your score and ranking, and also how to complete an application online through our OPSC online system. So again, we'll be having additional announcements, and those who are interested can sign up for this webinar. And of course, it's free of charge. So looking forward to having lots of folks participate and actually saving a number of applications once the filing round opens up in February. And then our next meeting is January 25th, 2023 at 4:00.
Great. Thank you so much. Any questions for Ms. Silverman? Thank you. As always, any public comment? Seeing none, we'll move to the consent agenda. Again, Ms. Silverman, please.
Consent agenda is ready for your approval.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Moved.
Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. I'll second. Any public comment? Seeing none. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll? Again, just use the raise hand feature if you want to make a public comment. I don't see any though. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll? Moved and seconded?
Yes. Senator Wilk?
Senator Wilk, we didn't hear you.
Aye.
Thank you.
Senator Laird?
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Bonta,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Ana Lasso,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye, the consent agenda is approved. Next, we will move to the financial reports. Ms. Silverman?
Yeah, we wanted to highlight on page 179 is basically the status of the cash being released from our program. So in October, even though the board did take action on a lot of projects, $805 million in October, we did release $24 million in funds. So again, that was just a week after the board meeting. So again, we'll have some updated status reports coming January, and looking forward to liquidating all $805 million as a result of those apportionments that did get approved by the board. And then on page 181 and 182, it's the status of funds. Just wanted to highlight again that the board did take action on the apportionments and the advanced apportionments also in the consent agenda. So that's $109.9 million that also will be included as a result of the priority funding apportionments that you'll take action shortly. And then there's $213 million that's also tucked away in the consent agenda as well. So with that, I'll open up to any questions.
Great. Any questions? Seeing none, any public comment? Seeing none, we will now move to, thank you, Ms. Silverman, to Ms. Kampminer and the California Preschool Transitional Kindergarten and Full Day Kindergarten Facilities Grant Program apportionments. Ms. Kampminer.
Oh, thank you. So as Lisa mentioned, we've got some exciting things happening on our agenda today, lots of money going out. So our next item is on page 199 of the agenda, and it is the apportionments for the California Preschool, Transitional Kindergarten, and Full Day Kindergarten Facilities Grant Program. And this is for our third funding cycle. And as a reminder, that third funding round opened on April 1st, 2022 and closed on April 30th. The board had allocated $224.9 million of funding for this third filing round, and we did receive 418 applications requesting over $1.5 billion in funding. As we did receive more applications than funds available, projects were ranked and presented for approval based on preference points that were generated from both the percentage of students that were receiving free and reduced price meals at the district, as well as financial hardship status for the project, if applicable. And the board has previously approved 11 projects of this filing round for $33.6 million in September, and an additional 18 projects last month, $59.4 million in our October agenda. And so what this item does is request approval for the balance of the funds. We have 43 projects totaling about $131.8 million that are ready for apportionment, as shown on attachment B of this item. And that brings the total number of projects approved for this round to 72, using almost all of the funds available. We did have one project at the tail end of that list that opted not to take a partial apportionment. So it left us with about just a little over $39,000 that we will roll over to the fourth filing round. And as Lisa mentioned, if a district had submitted for this third filing round and was not awarded at one of these three meetings, then those applications will not be retained. So districts will need to apply again for the fourth filing round, which will open on February 1st. And with that, this item is ready for the board's approval as outlined in the staff recommendations that are on page 201 of today's agenda. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. Speaking of Mr. O'Donnell's legacy, any questions? Any public comment? If Senator Leyva was here, she and I would do a happy dance. This is really exciting. Great work, everyone. It's really, truly phenomenal. Seeing none, who would like to move?
I'll move.
Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. I can second. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll?
Certainly will. Senator Wilk?
Senator Wilk, we're not hearing you.
My mic's on and I say,
Oh, there you go. Now you're loud and clear.
Thank you. Senator Laird?
Aye.
Thank you. Assemblymember O'Donnell?
Aye.
Assemblymember Bonta?
Aye.
Juan Morales?
Aye.
Jeremy Smith?
Aye.
Ana Lasso?
Aye.
Gail Miller?
Aye. the apportionments are approved, and I like this is especially as we go into a bit of a downturn, truly incredible that we have realized this goal of full day kindergarten. It is truly, truly incredible. Now we will move to the priority funding school construction apportionments, also by Ms. Kampminer, please.
Great, thank you. So moving to page 287 of today's agenda, this item is seeking the board's approval of approximately $109.9 million in priority funding apportionments, and this will be for 50 projects from 37 unique school districts. And as Lisa shared in the executive officer statement, beginning with the new approvals in the consent section of today's agenda, we have moved to a direct apportionment model. However, there were projects on our September and October consent calendar that did receive unfunded approvals, and they were offered expedited priority funding apportionments so that they could take advantage of the general fund proceeds that we did receive. So those districts had an opportunity to request these expedited apportionments, and that's what we have before the board today. For any of the districts that did receive those unfunded approvals that chose not to request the expedited apportionment, the normal priority funding timelines remain in effect. And so there is a certification filing period that's currently open that will close on December 8th that districts can use for the typical priority funding timelines. However, the projects that are on attachment B in the amount of approximately $109.9 million are ready for your approval. And once approved, the applicants will have 90 days to submit a fund release request, and that due date is going to be 11:59 p.m. on February 26, 2023, which we have to get used to saying now. That's crazy. And with that, we request the board's approval of this item.
Great. Any questions? Any public comment? I really do think that the OPSC team wins the award for like getting the money out the fastest of from the state budget. It's incredible. Seeing none, does someone want to move approval of $109 million in construction?
Moved.
Thank
Second.
you. Great. Thank you, Senator. Moved by Mr. Smith, seconded by Senator Laird. Oh, do you have a question, Senator? I'm sorry. No? Oh, great. Okay.
No, I was just saying that I was trying to beat you to second it. That's all.
Ms. Jones, will you take the roll?
Yes. Senator Wilk,
Aye.
I heard you. Senator Laird,
Aye.
thank you. Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Bonta,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Ana Lasso,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye. The priority funding school construction apportionments are adopted. Ms. Silverman, our 90-day workload before we honor our 3 departing members.
90-day workload is open for any questions. If not, we can move on.
Great. Well, as I said at the beginning, this is really bittersweet to say goodbye to 3 members who have been on the state allocation board for a long time. Sorry, Senator Laird, that I rushed through to get to this part. But it's pretty incredible to see the amount of work that each of these members has done. Mr. O'Donnell, you know this, but since December 5th, 2016, you've assisted the board in making apportionments and unfunded approvals for, this is so incredible, over $7.6 billion, representing 2,742 projects for the school facilities program, the preschool and transitional kindergarten and full day kinder grant program, which you helped us start, and all of the other programs that the state allocation board administers. You've obviously helped increase the leadership on this board since becoming vice chair in February 2020 and bringing that role back, that we're really grateful for. And then just all the ways that you've helped shape policy in enabling the board to address so many unprecedented challenges around how do we house our students, but especially when during COVID-19 and its impacts on school districts and their staff and students, and really everyone in California, you helped us by making sure that COVID-19 didn't delay the processing of any of the school's construction projects. And we created the emergency powers for the executive officer so that folks could continue with the construction. And I think that has really just reaped so many benefits this year. So we really are incredibly, incredibly grateful. And more than anything, on behalf of the students of California, like, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done. You will truly be missed. And I will personally miss you challenging my thinking and making things better. So thank you very much and congratulations. But again, we will miss you. So don't be a stranger. But I lost you when we started sharing screen. There you are. And anyone that wants to say anything, on behalf of Mr. O'Donnell, I'll present the resolutions for Senator Leyva and Mr. Mays as well. I'm hoping, I texted their team. I hope they're able to join. Mr. O'Donnell, do you want to say a few words before we open it to the public? Or are you just in amazement of your incredible accomplishments?
I'll make it quick. Hey, listen, our mission is not yet done. I can tell you because right now I'm sitting in a classroom in major need of modernization or replacement, right? So I live this on a daily basis in my professional life as a teacher. But I just want to, the people here are great, but we've always recognized that the cause is greater than us. And to the board members, to the staff, this is never broken down into anything like, oh, for my district, my elected district or my Senate district or anything like that. We don't have those conversations because we don't go there. We know this is all about the students of California. And this program has been very supportive of our students. I always say school facilities set the tone for the school day. When you walk in, what do you see? School facilities. And that's what we provide, not to mention the academic support they provide for kids, et cetera. So I'm very excited what we've done and what's still to be done. Because what the average school in California is about 70 years old, 70 plus years old, and many are still in need of modernization, replacement, and of course, the new construction side. So with that, I just want to thank everybody for all their support for me and also for our mission.
Thank you. Anyone else want to say a few words?
I'll go ahead and just say that.
Oh, thank you.
You will be greatly missed, Assembly Member, and how lucky are we and the public that we have someone on the board who not only knows the policy and participates in representing their constituents, but also knows it from the inside of the classroom. And those students are very lucky to have you back in the classroom. So,
indeed. I think what you said is so true. Like whenever I walked into the old Capitol building, the idea that we can do great things, but the humility that comes with it, that there's still much to be done, I think is so true. Senator Leyva is going to hop on. So while we're waiting for her, I'm just going to acknowledge Mr. Mays, who is not able to hop on, and his dedication to the State Allocation Board since September 27th, 2021. And his first meeting was October 27th of 21. He made apportionments and unfunded approvals for over almost $2.1 billion, representing 1,026 projects for the school facilities program, the California Preschool Transitional Kinder and Full Day Kindergarten Grant Program, and our other programs. And through his commitment to the state's best interest, he enabled the SAB to address many complex and sensitive issues that affect school districts participating in this program. So thank you to Mr. Mays as well. And we are really grateful for your service. Thank you. Why don't we, while Senator Leyva has not hopped on yet,
I'm here.
Yay! Oh, we're so excited. Thank you for making it. And we're going to open the roll for you as well.
Thank you. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, don't be, we just wanted to express so much gratitude to you, Senator, and acknowledge your service to the State Allocation Board.
Thank you.
Since March 13th, 2019. Your meeting and my meeting were actually the exact same day. And just on a personal note, you were very supportive. It was my first time chairing a meeting with very intimidating legislators. So I'm grateful to you for that.
You did a great job.
You have, imposter syndrome. You've assisted the State Allocation Board in making apportionments and unfunded approvals for over almost $6.3 billion, representing 2,160 projects for all the programs we administer, including the school facilities and the transitional and full day kindergarten programs. You've helped us shape policy that led to decisions enabling the SAB to address the streamlining of the facility hardship and rehabilitation and seismic mitigation programs. You implemented the first general fund appropriation from the legislature to the school facilities program of $250 million. And then later the $1.3 billion appropriation that allowed for these direct apportionments to be made on an ongoing basis. And you also implemented the program modifications that expanded the full day kindergarten facilities grant program. So the program we actually approved today to the California Preschool Transitional Kinder and Full Day Kindergarten Facilities Grant Program. So really, I hope you'll say a few words, but I think your dedication really to all of us, especially us women in the state capitol that have been so grateful for your service and so grateful to the voice you've given us for these many years, and more to the students in the state. I really appreciate you hopping on so we could honor you. It's a pleasure and we're really grateful. So thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you, Gail. It has been an honor to be on this board, be a part of the allocation. You know, this is something when we take votes, you feel like you're actually making a difference and helping people. Not that we don't always feel like the votes we take on the Senate floor are making a difference. But these, you really know that the money is going to go where it's needed. It's going to help our future leaders, our children. And I just apologize. I thought it was Thursday that the meeting was, not Monday. I don't know why I got that in my head. So thank goodness for good staff who texted me.
Yay, Cameron. Yeah.
Yes, yay, Cameron. Exactly. But it's been an honor to work with all of you and just get to know a little bit more about each one of you. And so thank you. So I see Senator Laird and I see Assemblymember Bonta. So you guys are going to have to keep it going for us. And I won't be too far away, but it's really been an honor to do the job as a senator, but also be on this board. So thank you for allowing me to do this.
Thank you. In these dark times in our world, I will say this board brings me so much joy that we get to do really meaningful work. So any comments, Senator Laird? Please.
Yes, I can't help but comment, and I'm sorry I missed the opportunity on Assemblymember O'Donnell. And I think that the interesting thing is we are losing in the legislature and the allocation board, both the chairs of the Education Policy Committee, and they have just been leaders in actually helping us get the money here to actually allocate. And I don't think Connie is lying when she says she's not going away. I mean, I will try to disconnect my cell number or something, because I think she will contact me about this board. And it's interesting. I don't think she's really starting to check out. I think this really was a momentary slip. She is engaged to the end. And I think in the Senate, we will truly miss her. She has been a voice that's been strong and unique and passionate, and she has brought that onto this board. And I think everybody has been lucky to serve with her.
Thank you, John. And no, I was at the district office this morning. So yeah, no, we're still finishing up. And yeah, I said, we got to go to the end. We got to finish strong. Thank you, John.
Absolutely. Mr. O'Donnell is still on, Senator. So hopefully he heard your kind words. Anybody else? Any members of the public? Seeing none, why don't we, Ms. Jones, as our last act, just open the roll for any of the items that the senator and assembly member may have missed?
Yes, let's do that. So let's start off at the minutes. Senator Leyva, how do you vote on the minutes?
Aye.
And also Senator Laird, how do you vote on the minutes?
Aye.
And then Assembly Member Bonta, I think this is the last vote that I need on the minutes from you.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, on the consent calendar, how do you vote on the consent calendar, Senator Leyva?
Aye.
And Senator Laird, you were here, and Assemblymember Bonta, thank you. And then Senator Laird, Senator Leyva, how do you vote on our action item for the full day kindergarten?
Aye.
Okay. And then also on the school facility program the priority school construction apportionments?
Yay and aye.
Okay, great. And I appreciate you both. Oh, actually, yes. Thank you so much. Everybody's done.
Great, thank you. And just so you know, Senator Leyva, the full day kindergarten, and this is a big part of, I know, your childcare agenda, that was almost $132 million. I know. And then the direct apportionment today was almost 110 million. So we are indeed accomplishing a lot. So Assemblymember Bonta and Senator Laird, we hope you'll stay with us to keep improving things. So thank you. I'm really grateful for all of you this time of year, and especially our departing members, and we will truly miss you. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you.
Happy
See you next
holidays
year.
to all of you too.
Holidays.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.